8.4 billion. That is the amount of money that Airbnb generated last year. Just think about that. 8.4 billion, with a quarter of that as profit. That is one of the highest in the entire stock market. And today, I'm going to tell you why I believe Airbnb is the best business to start, even better than ECOM, dropshipping, Amazon FBA, and trading. Prepare to have your mind blown. I haven't found a video like this anywhere else online, so I thought I'd make my own to help you decide what business or side hustle to begin. But first, a little about me. You see, I lost all of my money trying to trade out markets, which led me to a path of discovering new ways of making as much money as quick as possible. But of course, I learned that there is no get-rich-quick scheme out there, despite what you've heard. But there's definitely get-rich-quicker paths with much greater leverage. As the saying goes, it doesn't matter how fast you row the boat, if you're in the wrong boat, you still won't win. Actually, I don't think that's the saying, but it's something along those lines. So you may as well pick the right boat. So on my journey of discovery, I tried to figure out what business to start to make money. And like many out there, I tried trading to begin with, joining trading groups and reading economic newsletters and all of these papers just to try and stay ahead of the curve. But in the end, I'd always lose. Now, I've got no issue failing. In fact, I think it's healthy to be humbled because you learn and grow. But with trading, no matter how much I failed, I couldn't help but notice I wasn't growing. I was just gambling. And this realization spurred me to find a business that was more aligned with what I wanted. Something where I could build a much more steady, predictable cash flow without the constant stress of checking graphs and charts every minute of the day. And not just that, I just didn't feel like I was ever growing as a person. It just felt like such an unhealthy, degenerate way to spend my time, and didn't teach me anything about the fundamentals of business like sales or marketing or management and team building and all of the other skills you inevitably build while growing a business. I also tried learning from other self-proclaimed successful traders, but all I ever got was, I can teach you the magic ways to make millions in trading, guaranteed. But then I came to my senses. There is no guarantee in trading that you'll make consistent 100% profitable trades. Not even Warren Buffett is that good. So how's some guy living in the basement of his mum's yard going to be anywhere even as good? So I thought I'd try asking some actual professional traders who work for reputable banks doing it big in the city. But what I kept finding is I was constantly met with the same response whenever I asked them for advice, and that is, sorry mate, I can't give financial advice. And that's fair enough, I get that. But then I'd ask them, what are they investing in? And I kid you not, they didn't even touch the markets. Sometimes they weren't allowed to due to a conflict of interest with their jobs and profession. And that's when I realized, hang on, these guys aren't even risking their hard-earned money. They still get paid a salary just to turn up and trade with hundreds of supercomputers with intelligent algorithms supporting their trades. And then there's all of us, poor naive sods, trying to outtrade the markets alone in our room with our hard-earned cash, while the professionals won't even touch it. So long story short, I knew I had limited time and I didn't want to spend 5 years burning all of my money to figure out a fluky method that makes me a profit half of the time, but then bankrupts me the other half. I don't know about you, but I like to sleep at night, so this way of making money just didn't fit what I wanted. So then I figured, let's start dropshipping since it seemed popular online. So I figured, let me try to sell fancy sneakers and designer label stuff, which I knew I could sell for more. And I thought this was a great idea, so I got in touch with suppliers and eventually put everything up for sale on different websites. But then the next thing that happened may surprise you. See, a week went by and nothing happened. 2 weeks went by and I got one message from some kid asking for a 50% discount. And this happened a few more times until I realized maybe this wasn't my big break. I mean, I knew I had good marketing and good products, and you could argue that maybe I should have stuck it out longer, but I always felt if I can't make anything in the first 3 months, then I don't think I have the patience to wait any longer. But don't get me wrong, I strongly believe to be truly successful in anything, you need to stick it out for the long run. And I'm sure if I stuck it out, I eventually would have broke even. But like, who wants to stick it out or just break even? So I figured maybe I missed the boat on this business because there's plenty of big retailers selling the type of stuff I was selling, so why would anyone buy from little old me? I mean, you could argue that maybe I sold the wrong product, but then the question is, do I really want to keep trialing and wasting my time finding a perfect niche product which could take years and then go out of fashion in a few months? No, I didn't. Not to mention the opportunity cost that I could have spent moving forward much faster in another business, so I figured maybe it wasn't worth me hanging around. So then I moved on to Amazon FBA, where I had a similar issue. I still had to find a product and stand out from the thousands of others who had considerably better ratings and more established in the market. Nobody was going to go to page 27 to find me. I mean, most people on Amazon shop there to save time. They're not going to spend hours trawling through 27 pages to find my unrated, shady looking products. I mean, when was the last time you even flicked to page 2 of Amazon? And in the midst of all this, and in desperation, I wasn't making any money, so I figured, let me just put up my spare room for bookings on Airbnb and see what I could make. And within 1 week, I had made more than dropshipping and Amazon combined with considerably less effort. I didn't need to find no special niche products because a room is a room. Sure, you can decorate it differently, but most people just need a clean, simple place to sleep. There is no rocket science. I also didn't have to build a website or pay for ads or anything. And guess what? No one else can offer your specific property, your specific location and experience together. That triple threat combination means you already have a unique selling point. I know I'm making it sound easy, but that's because relative to other business models, it kind of is. Now, I thought the first booking may have been just a one-off, but bookings just kept rolling in and I was shocked. I was making more money from that one spare room than I was making from multiple products from dropshipping and Amazon FBA. And the best part, I wasn't dealing with any suppliers, no shipping nightmares and no returns. Nothing. It was just my space and the guests. So simple, yet so profitable. So you're probably thinking, why Airbnb? Well, I'll give you 3 compelling reasons. Firstly, low startup costs. The likelihood is most of you already have a place, or you're already paying rent or a mortgage. So why not make it work for you? Whereas with e-commerce, you're investing a lot of money up front in inventory and creating a website and in ad spend and marketing. That's assuming you've already trialed and tested many products that lost you money before finding a winning product. It's also assuming that you're already skilled at marketing and know how to position yourself amongst the hundreds of thousands of others. Whereas with Airbnb, you're just using what you already have. And here's the best bit. People will always need a place to stay. Unlike ECOM, people won't always need a fidget spinner or whatever is popular that month. And secondly, for those who just say Airbnb is too saturated, just remember that is physically impossible because most big cities already have a housing crisis where there's not enough homes for people to stay. Plus, people often book for a specific location, so you know that your competition is limited to only those in your area. And that drastically reduces the competition. Oh, and in case you didn't hear it the first time, no one else can offer your specific property, location, and experience. So you already have a unique selling point. Unlike eCom, where your competitors could literally be in every country on the planet. And the second reason why I chose Airbnb is scalability. You start with one room and then maybe a whole house and then multiple properties. And the beauty is Airbnb has a global audience. And if they're trying to book in your town, you're going to get a lot of eyeballs just because your property is in that specific location. Whereas with eCom, the global audience will mostly be buying a product on page 1. And good luck getting on page 1, because if you're good enough to get there, you're probably good enough to do anything, my friend. And the third reason why I chose Airbnb is the user experience. You see, Airbnb has a streamlined, user-friendly platform, and that ensures that both the hosts and the guests have a smooth experience. And I can't say the same from dealing with suppliers from overseas. If you know, you know. Not to mention at any moment, laws and regulations keep changing, restricting suppliers so fast that it can literally stop your business overnight. And nobody needs that when trying to build anything. And with Airbnb, you've got control of your own property. Usually, you'll be close by and know the area so well that you could take control of the situation quickly if anything ever did go wrong. Now let's compare Airbnb to other business models. So how does Airbnb really stack up against other popular businesses? So let's begin with dropshipping. Very popular business model. It has low startup costs, sure, but the competition is insane. And dealing with suppliers, handling returns, shipping issues, it's a never-ending cycle of problems. Let's talk about Amazon FBA. It's better, I agree, but you are at Amazon's mercy. So if they change your policy, your business could tank overnight. Plus, the investment required to start an Amazon FBA business can be pretty hefty. But with Airbnb, it's just you, your space, and your guests. You control the business, you set the rules, and guess what? You set the price. So after all of this, you might be thinking, sure, Airbnb sounds great, but it can't be that easy, can it? Well, no business is easy. It takes work, of course, but with Airbnb, the potential is just too big to ignore. What other business lets you leverage your existing assets in such a lucrative way? You don't need a fancy degree or a huge bank loan. All you need is a space to share and the willingness to create a welcoming experience for your guests, and that's it. So that is why I believe Airbnb is the best business to start today. It's more profitable profitable, easier to scale, and less stressful than any other business that I've tried. And I've tried all of the popular ones out there. And just remember, every business model mentioned can work if you put in enough work, but I'm just sharing what my experiences are for anyone that might be trying to decide what to do. So if you found this video helpful, share it with anyone who might be benefiting from it that's just starting out in their entrepreneurial journey. And trust me, they'll thank you later down the line. So thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to hear more about my thoughts and experiences with other business models. Thank you.